Can you hear me now? Yes. Hi. Hello, Ayush. Hello, Ayan. Hello, Orion. Hello, Ish. Tech issues all the fucking time. Ugh. I don't know if you're asking me or Ish how he is. How much is 288 seconds in minutes? So? Oh. I'm fine. Functioning. 4.8 minutes. So मेरे को हर 4.8 मिनट यहाँ पे ध्यान देना पड़ेगा यार. Because as we speak, I am training my herb law. Hi, Joy. होबो नहीं, herb law. पोशंस बना रही हूँ मैं. Hi, Shaurya. I like music like this. Hi, Streetside. I don't know if this is classified as a horror. It's more of a mystery. Like exploration, detective, mystery type of a game. But I'm getting very Sherlock Holmes awakened vibes just from like the visuals and all of that. देखते हैं how it goes. I love Alan Wake. He awoke with a start, heart pounding in his chest, the cold earth beneath him, unfamiliar and damp. Darkness surrounded him, thick and oppressive, the kind that swallowed every sound except his own ragged breathing. He tried to gather his thoughts, but they were scattered, lost in the fog of confusion and fear. Where was he? How had he gotten here? His legs trembled as he forced himself to stand. Okay. No, I haven't. Time buries all truth beneath the shadows, but the past always has a way of flowing back to its surface, demanding to be heard, no matter the cost.
Where am I?
पहले होगा sensitivity fix. स्क्रीन टेयरिंग हो रही है
I
तुम
know
लोग
it's
को?
following me. I can feel it.
Let me know if there's any sort of screen tearing, okay? Can I jump? I can. हल्की सी? Okay. अब बताना अगर अभी भी हो रही है. And let me know if the audio is okay. More
I shouldn't
important.
have taken such a risk.
अभी हो रही है? Men walking in random forests and getting lost is probably my favorite genre at this point.
That sound. It's coming from the river.
There's a very small team that's made this game, as far as I know. Ah! I wanna look, but I also don't want to. Hi, Ariam.
If it catches me, it will show no mercy.
What?
I know it's hidden somewhere in this forest.
Me streaming is the gift, Hariom. Just saying.
I should be able to see its light soon.
I can feel it.
At last. I can gather my strength and plan how to face that monstrous thing.
Hi, Nick. I'm okay.
The name's John Morley, private detective. And today is a momentous day. After enduring the most exquisite tortures at the hands of those blasted nurses, and being pumped full of enough medicine to fell an ox, today I'm finally free. Who would have thought that the case of the Red Shoes murder would end the way it did? A stormy night, soaked to the skin, wrestling that brainless killer on a rooftop. Then a slip and a 5-story plunge.
ऑडियो बढ़ाना हो तो कुछ बता देना.
It appears you're awake at last. We had considerable difficulty rousing you earlier this morning, so I deemed it best to let you rest a while longer. I bring you good news. The latest test results are favourable, and the doctor has authorised your discharge. You are now officially ready to go. I have placed your belongings on the table. Oh, and a lady stopped by this morning with some clothes from the dry cleaner.
I've been having nightmares.
The doctor has prescribed some medication that should help address any residual effects. This should assist in alleviating your nightmares.
My belongings? I thought everything was already in the room.
There are a few valuables and some coins we kept for safekeeping. They are in the box on the table.
Yeah, it is a bit scary.
So I'm better now.
Yes, you are much improved. Both your physical and psychological assessments have been satisfactory, and there are no impediments to your returning to your normal life.
A woman brought my clothes from the dry cleaner. Was it Penny?
I couldn't say. She arrived quite early, before my shift began. I've placed the garments in the wardrobe to keep them from getting wrinkled. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have other patients to attend to. I wish you all the best.
एक सेकेंड ना, मेरे को बस थोड़ा देखना था कुछ. हाँ. Following surgical intervention on the prefrontal cortex and sub. Ish, I just remembered that guy. वो cortex वाला कौन था बे? Chlorpromazine? Wait a second. भैया क्या आप सिम मेडिकेशन ले रहे हो? Shit. Yeah, do we have that thingy? क्या बोलते हैं उसको? Crosshair.
That's me, the bloodhound Morley. Story of my life. Nearly broke. Trench coat and fedora hat. Every detective's must have. Blimey, it's nearly noon. I must have lost track of time in those blasted nightmares. And there's notes from Penny, my secretary.
Sean,
She must
I'm
have left it
awfully
here a few
sorry, but
days
I
ago
just
while I
can't
was still under
keep
observation.
going like this. You've been laid up in the hospital for ages, and I've been left skint with no wages coming in for months now. Before, with the state you were in, I couldn't bring myself to say anything. I thought it best to let you get better in peace, but the other day Dr. Fauner rang and said they were finally going to let you out. So I figured it was time to tell you. I haven't been to the office in a month, and believe me, I'll miss Hawthorne Street and that old moldy building brick of ours. But I've got to move on, and you know, even before the accident, you still owed me 3 months' pay. Peter and I are planning to get married. I need some stability. I hope you understand. I've left my key under the doormat. I've paid the water and electric bills, so those are in your hands now. Goodbye. P.S. A few days ago, an older woman came by asking for you. I told her you might be back in the afternoon.
Damn it, Penny. I don't blame her, though. I'm a right mess. I've managed to lose the only two things that kept me... I should get myself a pair of derbies. Or brogues. They're much more comfortable. I usually use the Windsor knot. So the mystery woman who took my clothes to the cleaners was Penny after all. Seems she's still got a soft spot for me. These do a well, looks brand new. The collar's pristine. I better get dressed. The hospital gown that ties in the back doesn't exactly scream professional.
I'm stuck. No, I'm not. I was pressing the wrong button.
Blimey, what a fool I took onto that rain-soaked pavement. And to top it off, with that downpour, I ruined my best suit. But, well, that's all water under the bridge now. Quite literally.
I
I better hurry up. Just like Penny says in her note, I might have a new client this afternoon. And with the way things are going, I can't afford to let that slip away.
Sorry guys, sorry. ये सब मेरे को करना पड़ता है.
All right, let's get moving. Today's the first day of the rest of my life.
I'm nervous. At last, back to the streets and the cold comforts of foggy old London. The chimneys fill the air with the familiar tang of coal dust, while the rhythmic hum of the small industries in Whitechapel, Stepney, and Southwark rang in his ears like a symphony. Soon he'd be seated in his cluttered, dusty office once more, ready for the next case, perhaps finishing off some forgotten bottle of whiskey tucked away in a drawer, and mourning the irreplaceable loss of his assistant, Penny.
Back again. Feels
They've
like
definitely
stepping into a
taken so
forgotten
much
paradise.
inspiration from like Sherlock Holmes. अंधेरा है वहाँ पे मेरे को नहीं जाना.
Here they are. Penny's keys. Just like it says in her note. Even the coppers missed it. The slant on the letter E. That's what gave away the typist in the black letters case. My files. Cases, clients, debts. Too many debts. Far too many. This case is worth its weight in gold. Everything you need for a portable lab. This one's a favorite. The jealous lover solved everything with a few blows from an ashtray. Brutal. The umbrella with a bullet hole. Souvenir from the marksman case. Nearly lost my hat on that one.
गाइस तुम लोग को आवाज आ रही है क्या ठीक से?
So this is Peter. That smug grin's got "Punch Me" written all over it. Penny's desk. I ought to give her a ring and try to sweet-talk her into coming back. If this new client brings in some decent dough, maybe I could settle what I owe her and use a little charm to win her over. The murder weapon from the cadaver collector case. Nasty business, that one. The case of the Red Shoes murder. One of the most complicated I've faced. Finally. Case closed.
I guess everyone's gone.
My desk, strangely tidy. Normally it's buried under papers, notes, bits of evidence. Penny must have wanted to leave everything spick and span before she walked out on me. Another one of my cards. But this one has my last name circled.
Hi, Blaze.
The drawer. It's locked. But there doesn't seem to be a keyhole. Amazing how this little gadget can reveal the...
हाँ ड्रॉप कर दिया मैंने उसको.
My Smith & Wesson. In perfect condition.
इतना bug हो रहा था
You
ना.
never know when it'll come
Like
in
every 5 seconds I had a bug.
The Scarlet Page. I trust Penny didn't go snooping through my things while I was away. Oh, my apologies, madam. I didn't hear you come in. I was a bit distracted.
Good afternoon, Mr. Morley. I trust your assistant informed you of my visit as promised.
My apologies. I was rather engrossed and didn't notice your arrival. To whom do I owe the honour of this meeting?
Lady Margaret Fordside, the 4th Countess of Bloomsbury.
Lady Margaret, could you tell me what brings you here today? How can I assist you?
I shall endeavour to be as candid as possible. 20 years ago, when my daughter was just 18, she was brutally
Hi,
murdered.
silly shank.
It happened at our family estate, Bloomsbury Manor. Someone slipped into the house unnoticed, and upon reaching her room, delivered 5 fatal stab wounds to her chest, lungs, and heart.
Yikes.
The police, eager to close the case, hastily blamed and condemned 2 violent thieves who clearly had nothing to do with her death. The investigation was closed, and justice was never served. I am prepared to offer you £30,000 if you take on this case, and a further £30,000 if you can solve it and bring the true killer to light.
Damn, that's a lot of money.
Tell me, Mr. Morley, will you accept this case?
Yeah.
I understand your distress, Lady Fordside. But before I commit to anything, might I trouble you with a few questions?
By all means, Mr. Morley. Ask whatever you must.
A case that's been cold for 20 years. You certainly don't make it easy for me, Lady Margaret. What made you decide to seek out a detective now?
For over 2 decades, I've fought tirelessly to have the case
Yeah, it is the
reopened,
same. I just washed it, no? So it
to
just
prove that the real
looks
murderer
fluffier.
escaped justice. But all in vain. Neither solicitors nor well-meaning police friends, nor even journalists hungry for a dark story have managed to uncover anything. Then one day, I read about your success in solving the case of the Red Shoes killer. Regrettably, I also learned of the unfortunate incident that left you hospitalized with grievous injuries. On the advice of your secretary, Miss Penny, I waited patiently for your recovery. And now, here I am.
Tell me about Bloomsbury Manor. Do you still
Typo.
reside there?
After Elodie's death, I abandoned the estate. I couldn't bear to remain there, to live within those walls. Even now, when I visit the manor, it still feels as though I can hear her footsteps echoing through the halls, her voice humming that old melody. The delusions of an old woman who has mourned her daughter for far too long, Mr. Morley. No mother should ever have to bury her child. Should you accept the case, Bloomsbury Manor would likely be the best place to begin the investigation. I shall not impede your work, as I now reside at Bedford Square, in the heart of the city.
Tell me about the men the police arrested. Why are you so certain they weren't guilty?
2 days after the murder, the police arrested a pair of violent thieves who were terrorizing the county at the time. Though they swore their innocence in my daughter Elodie's death, their criminal record completely undermined their defense. Seizing the opportunity, the police locked them away for their other crimes, and the case was closed. But what has always struck me as suspicious is that nothing was stolen on the night my Elodie was killed. If those thieves were truly the culprits, why would they murder her and then leave without taking a single piece of silver? It doesn't add up, Mr. Morley.
Tell me, were there any witnesses? Did anyone see or hear anything?
It happened at midnight. The house was practically empty at the time, with only a few servants and a guest who was sleeping in the west wing. I was the only one who might have heard something, as my room was next to hers. Unfortunately, I had taken a sleeping draught and fell into a deep slumber. It is a decision I shall regret for the rest of my days.
Well, I believe I have all the information I need to get started. I accept the case and will begin the investigation immediately.
I'm pleased to hear
पता नहीं
that.
क्यों ऐसा कर दिया है
My
वो लोग
butler
ने.
will bring you the
It's so annoying.
£30,000 tomorrow morning. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have matters to attend to. Once you uncover the culprit,
It's been so difficult
contact
for me
at
because I don't
once,
recognize
and I shall
people
promptly deliver the remaining
who have like different names
£30,000.
ऐसे पूरे.
Please, Mr. Morley, unravel this harrowing mystery that has tormented me for so long.
The wizard was just what he needed.
As I made my way through the dense forest path, a haunting silence enveloped the air. It was as though the very night of the crime still lingered here, shrouded in an eerie calm. The manor stood before me, its facade as inscrutable as the shadows that danced in the moonlight.
I wish I could
Every
narrate like
step I
this.
took felt like a step deeper into the heart of a mystery
should learn
that
somewhere, no?
refused to be forgotten.
But how do you even learn something like this? Where do you learn something like this? Hello? हाँ कौन? Sorry. यार मेरे को ऐसी गाड़ी चाहिए.
Not a sound. The stillness feels heavy, like it's hiding something.
Okay, regarding the exhibition which features work by the daughter. Hi Bentley. ऐसा तो क्या ड्रॉ करती थी वो?
It seems Elodie had a passion for art, but her style wasn't exactly well received.
Oh wow.
This painting, it's rather grim. There's something deeply unsettling about it.
I love that. I want
Almost
this.
like it carries a shadow of its own.
I want this painting. Asylum. Interesting.
The door's chained up with a padlock. Looks like I'll need to find the key.
भाई ये सब लेके जाती ना वो बुढ़िया. है ना? तो इतना
blue
अंधेरा
moon.
है.
Fitting for a place haunted by its own secrets. Looks like the Countess left this for me. It could be useful for getting around the place. A globe resting in a beautiful wooden stand. Looks like this is the Fordside family book, showing some of their ancestors.
Damn. Shall explore all the normal stuff first and then do. I would kindly ask that once the midday service is complete, you grant me a few moments of your time in the library.
So, the housekeeper left a note for the Countess, asking her to meet here on the day of the murder. I wonder what truly happened during that encounter. Very well. Let's piece the events together, step by step. Two chairs. One of them knocked over. An empty envelope. Did the housekeeper hand the Countess a letter? The housekeeper's cup is still here. Tea spilled across the table. She never got to drink it. Looks like someone arranged tea in the library that day. Lipstick stains. Same shade the Countess wore when she visited my office. It seems they met here. but something went wrong during the conversation.
I am very angry. After all these years of service, this is how you repay me? Walking away like this?
I'm sorry, madam, but the situation has become unbearable. My bags are already packed.
हो गया तुम्हारा झगड़ा?
The Countess threw the housekeeper out in a fit of rage. In her haste, the housekeeper forgot one of her bags. What was it that unsettled the housekeeper enough to abandon her post so suddenly?
Also walking simulator in
Lady
this one.
Fortside,
Just letting you
still
know.
seething, burned something in the
Before
fireplace.
everybody's like, gameplay कहाँ है? ऐसी होती हो. I've reached a decision, though it weighs heavily upon my heart. Consider my family, okay?
The housekeeper resigned. Seems something, or someone, troubled her greatly. Enough to break the long-standing family tradition tying her to this place. The Fordside family crest, a rampant dragon, a time-honoured symbol across European heraldry, particularly among the English and the Welsh.
Think my logic behind this is right. Like full turn करने हैं कि नहीं? I wish I could just decide पहले से मुझे कौन सी साइड ही करना है. Yeah, it's a chill game kind of thing.
Another painting by Elodie. There's something deeply disturbing about her work.
I don't think it's disturbing.
has been concealed. But this door must open by some other means.
ये लेफ्ट ही देख रहा है ना? He's also looking left. अबे यार मेरी चैनल इज डेड कोई नहीं देखता अब ट्राई किया था बीच में बट नहीं मज़ा आती अपने को so I kind of like stopped. खुल जाना चाहिए था दरवाज़ा अभी तो maybe I should just put like full turn भाई I think काम करेगा did opposite sides? That doesn't work either. What am I missing then? पूरे टर्न नहीं किए क्या? Am I overthinking this puzzle? Hi, roaming break. This is literally how they're faced in their pictures. So that's what I thought is gonna open it. Maybe I'm underthinking it. He's a cartographer, so let's try this now. Let's make them look at things that they love. अरे बट टेलीस्कोप तो उधर है. Thank you. Hi, Shiv. should work now. Yeah. I was underthinking it a bit, but then I'm also smart.
This must have been some sort of private study for the Countess. This looks like the key to the main hall. Could be my way into the heart of the house.
I'm writing to you as the attending physician of Ward 2 to provide an update on your daughter LED's progress. It is with great pleasure that I report her notable behavior. LED now confides that she no longer experiences dark thoughts. More importantly, the nightmares have subsided. She would like to bring... Okay, she wanted amber
Elodie
necklace.
was committed to a psychiatric facility.
Congratulations!
She supposedly recovered from whatever ailed her. Lady Margaret and a young woman. I suppose it's Elodie. They look happy. It was undoubtedly a better time.
It is very Sherlock Holmes, like it's very much inspired, it feels.
An old pocket watch. It probably belonged to Lord Fordside, Lady Margaret's husband. A British passport. Lord Fordside was undoubtedly a man of the world.
No jump scare, please. घर के बीचों बीच पेड़ कौन रखता है? Hi, Library of Games. Oh, damn.
Here lies Elodie. Rest eternally, beloved daughter, beneath the tree that once watched you grow. So this is where Elodie is buried.
What the hell? Why would you have something like this in the house? Like what?
This door is locked as well. If the Countess wanted me to investigate, why didn't she leave the doors open? Layers of dried oil paint. A grand ship on the open sea. Looks like the last painting Elodie was working on was of a ship at sea. The whole gallery is filled with maritime references. She seemed quite obsessed with it.
Lovecraftian vibes aa
A
gaye.
man with his back turned, watching a ship go down. The sinking of a ship.
Yeah, there is like the sad part is they
Looks like
have
some
used
sort of
AI for certain things, like I said, choti moti cheezein.
Trace the tree's journey from birth to decay. Follow the path of the artist in a thoughtful display. Arrange the 4 stages and the door will obey. Unlock the path ahead as art lights your way.
I don't know. Never thought about it. I must confess, never before has anyone requested something of this nature from me. I believe I'm capable of the task. Hmm. Okay.
Lady Margaret took special care to secure the house, restricting access to certain areas. This door appears to lead out to the back garden, locked with a padlock.
Ow.
I'll need to find the key.
I mean, the only problem is like co-op is not really my type of like thing. Oh my god, bhai. Cooker tha wo. I got so scared.
Some of these paintings are really dark and sinister.
Warzone वो क्या होता है?
A young woman screaming in the middle of the darkness. Those poor souls. Tragedy seems to have cast a long shadow over this family.
That's a full grown.
This looks like Elodie's diary.
Because
Let's
it's
see what her
bad.
last entries reveal.
I'm absolutely over the moon. Walter has written to say he is coming. I met him at the Western Sanatorium, and we have grown so very close. He was there recovering from the trauma of a shipwreck, where he tragically lost his companions. By sheer luck, he was rescued, but not before spending an entire year on an island living amongst the natives. He truly is an adventurer. I'm so happy. Walter has finally arrived. I must admit, I am utterly captivated by him. I invited him to visit, and he gave me his word he wouldn't fail to come as soon as he was able to leave. And now he's finally here. I can scarcely contain my joy. It feels as though all the darkness has faded away.
They looked so in love. So happy. I wonder what became of Walter after Elodie died.
It's not here. It's simply not here.
This must be the Countess's handwriting. Looks like a commercial seaman's yearbook, listing ships and their crews. It's open to the pages under S.
It's too dark. No, honestly, why is it so dark?
A boarded up door. The access to the servants' quarters appears to be blocked for some reason. Something definitely happened here. Was it a struggle? These broken chairs. Someone must have hurled them to the ground with great force. Some of these tools have been bent, likely trampled over. A silver knife is missing, and it's nowhere to be found. Likely taken by the same person who caused all this destruction.
How? Why did it look like there was a lady standing there?
It looks like this vase was shattered.
How do you solve a
Not just
20-year-old
but smashed with intent.
murder case in 1945? Hello? Joado? Take a second. Sorry guys, give me a minute. Give me 1 minute, yeah? Just need to do something. Sorry about that. I feel like I should have just been AFK for longer.
Looks like the crowbar is broken. Lady Margaret, after the death of her daughter, dismissed the staff and left the mansion. No doubt, this is the cook's room.
जन्नत उसको ही मिल रही है but
A good way to motivate the staff.
who is this guy? Maybe stop being weird. I wish I could tell you that all is well and happy here at the Countess's household. Okay, she takes good care. Lady Margaret sees no one but her daughter. According to her, the worst. Oh. What Duckman?
A doll pierced with an awl. A warning? A backgammon board. One of the oldest board games. Miss Marva apparently knew her way around the tarot. What a dreadful spread. And what a chilling omen it revealed. Evil approaches. It will bring death, and lay ruin to the house
What?
and all who dwell within.
I think this guy has my stream muted or he's just brain dead. One of the two. Because I've responded to everything.
Deeply unsettling. there's someone else in the house. Who the devil is that man? He had a knife. I'm completely in the dark here. I don't think he saw me.
Please don't tell me this is gonna be the kind of a situation where I have to keep running around from him and hiding. I hate that shit so much.
This must be Walter Brandon's room.
Would you like to do the honors? Because this guy is very weird.
The painting of a ship, unmistakably in Elodie's style.
Thank you.
An empty bottle. It smells of good rum. A model ship. Mr. Brandon must have felt a deep yearning for the sea.
सारे कांच टूटे हुए घर में ना?
A compass and a sextant. Tools of a sailor. The diary of Walter Brandon. Perhaps it holds some clues about who he was, and what his involvement in this case might be.
Once again, guys, I respectfully ask, stop being weird. Okay? Please. It makes me super uncomfortable, and you will get banned.
I am terrified that man has found me. I fear something dreadful is about to happen. Tonight as I awoke, I saw him, standing at the foot of my bed. I could not make out his face, but his knife. The gleam of its blade shone in the darkness. I sprang up suddenly, determined to confront this stranger. Grabbing the heavy candlestick from the nightstand, I hurled it with all my strength. He vanished into the dark. Coming here was a grave mistake. He has followed me, watching and lurking in dark corners, waiting to surprise me. I dare not tell Elodie. She would think the one thing I dread most for her to believe. I see him again from the window, watching me. His long hair and beard obscure his face, And he still holds that knife. He means to kill me. I am losing my faculties. It is best I return to the ship. Everyone seems to be conspiring against me. The housekeeper despises me, accusing me of misconduct. Perhaps I'm not a man of refinement, but I know what respect is. Yet this morning, as I awoke from my rest, she was enraged with me. It was of no use to tell her I had slept peacefully. An external maid who comes to clean was crying and accusing me of having approached her in an unseemly manner. I would never do such a thing. I am a sailor, a man of the world. I know how to conduct myself.
Interesting. हो गया ना यहाँ पे सारा?
The last entry in the diary, dated the very night of the murder.
My beloved Elodie, why can you not believe this poor sailor who only wishes to love you? I have left everything behind. My ship, the sea, all my world, just to be by your side as you asked me to. Damn it. I can hear the man with the knife coming up the stairs from the hall. I need to hide.
Walter was terrified. What in the devil was happening here? It seems this trunk was all Walter owned, a photograph of Elodie. No doubt Walter cared for her deeply. Seems I'm not the only one with a fondness for hats. Looks like the key to the back garden. I better head back to the staircase gallery. Pretty sure I saw a door to the outside there.
No, it's so dark.
The killer likely fled through the rear door of the house.
I love how chill this guy is after he saw a man with a knife.
Here's the missing kitchen knife. Undoubtedly the murder weapon.
Hi, Metro. We should take it with us, no?
It's clear that the man who killed Elodie discarded his blood-stained clothing during his escape. This ought to do the trick for that boarded-up room upstairs, just by Walter Brandon's room. Despite his injuries, the killer rid himself of anything that might incriminate him before fleeing the scene. The boots, the coat, even the knife. It's a
What do you
chilling
mean?
thought, but those very items remind me of the figure seen lurking near the manor, the same figure Walter Brandon spoke of with such dread, and perhaps the very one who was said to have harassed the maids. That mysterious presence was, in all likelihood, the murderer of Elodie Fordside. at that old fountain in the garden, now little more than a basin of stagnant water. One can still make out the faint impressions of bloodied hands. Seems almost certain the killer stopped here, in a hurried attempt to wash away some of the blood spattered across his body. The gate still bears the macabre traces of like a silent witness, pointing to the path taken by that murderous beast as he fled.
घर ही इतना creepy है. Cool ambience they've made though, not gonna lie. Hi Jackson, good morning. To this day, years since his disappearance, I still catch myself entering his room, expecting to find him there, exhausted yet sleepless, laboring without pause, shut away for days on end without food or rest, carving his final dreadful and chilling masterpiece. With those eyes, mad, haunted, the same eyes that seem to afflict every foreside hair without exception. The very same enigmatic, sorrowful gaze I find myself recognizing more and more in Elodie's face with each passing day. The day I saw her, scarcely 3 years old, create her first drawing, I knew then she too was lost. I cursed this wretched inheritance. Oh, damn. Family curse. Oh,
Unlabeled liquor bottles. The damp and the passing years have likely worn away whatever once marked them. There's a distinct scent of wormwood, the plant at the heart of absinthe. Thujone, its active compound, could provoke hallucinations. Visions said to come straight from the goddess Artemis herself.
What type of a game?
A sharpening wheel. Lord Fordside likely crafted his own chisels. Lord Fordside was a gifted artist, no doubt, but his work betrayed a dark and tormented soul.
Yes.
This unfinished fallen angel stirs in me a curious sense of unease, almost repulsion.
Only smart people know that. स्टोरी मोड हाँ, बट 50 टाइप की स्टोरी मोड होती है. कौन सी कैसी चाहिए तुम्हें? मैं नहीं बताने वाली देखो. It's a RuneScape meme, dude. Nothing else. बे यार ये दरवाजा लाइट इलेक्ट्रिसिटी तो ऑन रखते हैं यार ये लोग. Wait, did they? Yeah, they do have electricity.
The door is locked. I'll need to find the key.
What is that?
Him again. Who the bloody hell are you?
Bro. What the f...
This room looks like it belongs to a woman. Lady Margaret? I should finish gathering all the clues from the Countess's room before exploring other parts of the house.
ये पागल हो गया ऐसा क्यों लग रहा है मेरे को?
It's a damn fine bottle of wine. No one in their right mind would open a vintage like this and leave it abandoned, unless something rather urgent interrupted the evening. Seems Lady Margaret was reading in the chair that evening. The book's still open, right where she left it.
This is a nightmare. I am deeply concerned for Elodie. The housekeeper has long been warning me about Walter. I have made some inquiries, and nothing is as it seems. Elodie remains blissfully happy with him in the house. I am at my wit's end. Since her return from the sanatorium, she has been positively radiant, a true beacon of light. They go out together and seem to have a splendid time. He appears very close to her. This is in stark contrast to the picture painted by the housekeeper, which is a complete contradiction.
Sorry.
The bed is made. The Countess hadn't yet gone to bed on the night of the murder.
Last night I heard him scream. He seemed to be in the throes of a panic attack. I approached on tiptoe to the guest quarters, and then suddenly I was struck with terror. An insane, maniacal laughter echoed through the night. It did not sound like him. The following morning, Walter and Elodie went out to sail on the pond. Everything appeared normal, and he was the most charming he has ever been.
Interesting. Hi,
Something made
Raj.
of glass has shattered here.
Oh my God, what is that noise? It's coming from Elodie's room.
The fireplace tools, all knocked over on the floor. And unless my eyes deceive me, the poker appears to be missing.
Oh my God, Elodie!
Lady Margaret,
Walking
quite
simulator,
agitated,
mystery
grabbed the fireplace
detective,
poker and rushed toward Elodie's
little
room.
horror elements, but like it is not horror. Like isko is more mystery. Is that guy still there? भाई बहुत अंधेरा है मेरे को नहीं जाना. Oh yeah, I'm really liking the narrative so far. Of course, like it's a bit slow paced, but
A key. Likely the one to Elodie's room. Lady
I
Margaret
like them.
lied to me. She hadn't taken any sleeping draught that night. She could have heard the attack and rushed to see what was happening. Why did she hide this from me? The more I investigate, the more convoluted it all seems. I should head to Elodie's room to search for answers.
Hey, this is the only room where I'm seeing the mirror not broken.
A pool of dried blood. There's no doubt now. This was the scene of the crime.
Yeah, it's very Sherlock Holmes type.
There was a struggle here. Clear as day. Not a clean break-in. The killer wasn't subtle. A rag doll, tossed on the floor. I'd wager it used to sit neatly on the bed. Either it was knocked over
This
in
is
the
like an
scuffle,
interactive
or
movie
perhaps
sort
Elodie
of a
dropped it
thing for
herself
me.
in the panic. Judging by the sheer brutality of the crime, we can almost certainly conclude the killer was a man of considerable build. The blood-stained coat, found alongside the greenhouse knife, suggests that the mysterious figure seen loitering nearby may, in fact, be the very same individual who committed the murder. They say the killer always returns to the scene of the crime. But 20 years have passed. Why now? Let's attempt to reconstruct the events, just as they might have unfolded that night, and try to understand precisely what happened. A teacup on the bedside table. Elodie must have lain down that night, perhaps already drifting to sleep. The door's lock, completely broken,
भाई ऐसे
indicates
कौन
someone
करता है?
forced their way into the room, likely startling Elodie awake. Elodie tried to flee, but the killer cornered her near the vanity. She lost her balance and fell, breaking the dresser and chair.
ऐसे कौन मारता है वे?
The killer dragged her to the bed against her will. In the struggle, one of the vases fell from the mantelpiece. Photograph of Elodie Fordside and Walter Brandon. If my memory serves me right, looks like it was taken at Westland Asylum. On the bed, the killer stabbed her mercilessly, again and again, staining the sheets with blood. That's when Lady Margaret arrived, striking the killer with the fireplace poker, knocking him away from Elodie.
Huh.
Wounded, the killer fled the scene, but it was already too late. Elodie was already dead.
Interesting.
The old Bloomsbury mansion. It choked my thoughts. It had that kind of sadness that seeps into your bones like old damp, and that sudden
तू
abandonment,
आई कब?
so clear before my eyes, looked like a sinister time capsule. one thing was certain. My next move was to dig up answers about the man with the knife, and about Walter Brandon, the sailor from Westland Asylum, an old, forgotten sanatorium that, 20 years ago, was the scene of a meeting between Elodie Fordside and that Brandon fellow.
Kabaíbe. मुझे पता है genuinely like I have no idea. कुछ भी मतलब कहाँ पे आई है तो कुछ भी बोल रहे हो तुम and I just lost it.
It was an ungodly hour when my
He's
battered
living in a
car
different
crept along
universe,
the
it
winding,
seems.
shadowed road leading to Westland Asylum.
ये investigations रात को करना जरूरी है
But what I found upon arrival was disquieting. The building, forsaken for more than a decade, remained illuminated. Was it some ancient emergency system defying the passage of time? Or was someone awaiting my arrival? The front door, sealed shut, as expected. Nothing's ever straightforward, is it? I'll have to find another way in.
क्या मैं टॉर्च नहीं है मेरे पास अब Oh, because I'm not gonna need it, it seems. It's fine, it happens to everyone. I am leaving now. I have gathered all my belongings, but I see that yours are still here. I have had to return the key to the front entrance, but the passageway leading back, okay. The kitchen window was broken, okay.
So, there's an alternative entrance, hidden somewhere in the wall of the asylum.
Yeah, where is the torch? अच्छा guys, give me 1 minute. मेरा थोड़ा give me 1 minute. It'll be too much to explain, so मैं कर ही देती हूँ पहले. यार कभी तो ना मेरे को ना ये नोटिफिकेशन ही लाइक डरा देता है.
Bloody hell, it's pitch black in here. Looks like I've stumbled into what could be the kitchen. Impossible. Locked as well.
Why didn't he just take the torch from pehle?
Damn it. The lantern. It's broken. I'll have to manage without it for now.
ये क्या था? So he did have the lantern. But वो टूट गया. एक तो I don't like asylums. But again, I don't think there is
A bloody handprint.
a single
Someone injured
person
must
out
have
there
leaned
who
against
would
this
like
wall.
asylums.
Westland Asylum was a top place in its good old days. May 1922.
Okay,
This letter was
you-
written half a year before Elodie's murder. It's possible she was still a patient here at the time. The nurses were genuinely concerned about the aggression of patient B03.
है कौन पे? Okay, so 1932 में बंद कर दिया था.
The asylum was shut down 10 years ago. Judging by the state it's in, they probably had no choice but to close it due to the building's condition.
The girl? How is the girl?
You mean Miss Elodie Fortside?
भाई डर गई
Don't
मैं
worry,
2
that
सेकंड
bloke
के
didn't
लिए.
lay a finger on her. But you took quite a knock. This is going to smart.
What the f- Come here too early. Okay, bye. I mean, मेरे को तो solve करना है नहीं, वो खुद अपने आप solve कर देगा गेम. मुझे बस story experience करनी है.
Some basic rules, but quite necessary, I must say.
Okay, Dr. Lenore has the records, okay.
I need to find Dr. Sheridan's office. This file cabinet is now empty. It probably held all the records of the inpatients.
Hi, kiddo.
We must formalize the admission of Miss Elodie Fortside. I have her file here.
That girl? What do you think of her?
I don't quite know. She seems a good girl. I do hope she recovers soon.
I know what Dr. Mulder thinks of her.
Oh, don't be wicked.
You cannot tell me you haven't noticed. Have you seen the way he looks at her?
Shh, hush now. Someone's coming.
It seems the nurses were gossiping about a certain Dr. Mulder, who appeared to be especially taken with Elodie.
What the fuck? फोन है किधर?
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
Mr. Morley, is that you?
Lady Margaret?
Mr. Morley, I'm so relieved to hear your voice. I've been trying to reach your office, but I couldn't get through to anyone.
It's awfully late at night, Lady Margaret. How on earth did you know I was at Westland Asylum?
Well, I was already in bed, truth be told. But there was something on my mind. A vital detail I'd forgotten to mention. I called your office, searched for you at the mansion, and when I couldn't find you there, I assumed you might be investigating at the asylum.
I see. Very resourceful of you. Now tell me, what is this detail of such importance?
Oh, yes, of course. I almost forgot. You see, the truth is, I'm afraid that you're not alone.
What the devil does that mean? Hello? Lady Margaret?
मतलब जाना ही पड़ेगा उधर नहीं जाना मुझे टॉर्च भी नहीं है मेरे पास
It's locked. Without the key. Is someone there? Damn it. I've got a bad feeling about this.
to increase, okay. Maybe this job was not worth the money. Oh my god, what the fuck is this?
Internal report. Patient B08, Miss Beatrice Maren, female, 28, reclassified after initial misidentification. Miss Maren presents with severe self-destructive behaviors. She engages in autosarcophagy, self-cannibalism that has markedly compromised her physical integrity, and compulsively ingests her own hair. These actions, driven by deep psychological torment and overwhelming despair, leave her in a perilously fragile state. As a precaution, she is secured in a straitjacket and confined to an environment entirely devoid of any utensils or objects that might facilitate further self-harm. Her treatment protocol centers on the administration of potent sedatives to alleviate anxiety and curb these impulses, with ongoing monitoring.
This person tried to... Oh my god. I think this person tried to hang themselves.
Internal report. Patient B03, identity unknown. Male, early 30s. Admitted after being the cause of a series of violent incidents. The patient exhibits a disturbing duality. Episodes of unprovoked, nearly superhuman aggression, displaying raw, overwhelming physical force, and subsequent plunges into an eerie, profound apathy. His faculties appear suspended during these lulls, leaving him in a state of unnerving inertia. Due to the unpredictability of his violent outbursts, he remains confined within a reinforced cell. Treatment involves high doses of sedatives regimented course of electroconvulsive therapy, alongside stringent restraints, such as an anti-biting mask and, if required, an iron muzzle. Ongoing monitoring is maintained. Internal report. Patient B02. Mr. Norbert Clark, 45, from Sanderson, is a persistent pyromaniac whose actions have repeatedly endangered both property and life. Despite his seemingly frail build, he harbors an alarming compulsion for fire setting, a tendency exacerbated by intermittent episodes of disorganized thought and incoherent speech under duress. His unsettling, fixed gaze suggests the planning of covert schemes, amplifying his threat. To mitigate risk, he is isolated in a secure cell, thoroughly cleared of flammable materials. His management includes a regimented program of sedatives and antipsychotic medications to stabilize his manic and schizoid symptoms, with vigilant oversight maintained.
Blue, yellow, green, red. Okay, so. Blue, green, yellow, red. I'm actually really liking the puzzles in this. Following several sessions of ECD, the patient, okay, he's shown improvement. So worst thing ever, dude. Why is he here?
I need to hide. Quickly. I can't hear it. Could it be gone? A maintenance uniform. Oddly well prepared. Not a speck of dust on it.
That may or may not have been scary. Matthew, okay.
A cigarette case. With a bit of tobacco still inside. Clean water, an apple, a bit of bread. The food's still fresh. Looks like someone's been coming through here. Perhaps this is what Lady Margaret meant in her call. Or was she trying to warn me about something else?
What happened here, dude? Actually, यहाँ से बाहर निकलो, लाइट नहीं है मेरे पास.
Here it is. Dr. Sheridan's office. This is where I'll find Elodie and Walter's records. Nothing of interest here.
भाई ये सब छोड़ो, मेरे को बस लाइट दिला दो कोई. First and foremost, I must acknowledge the commendable results you have achieved with your recreational reading therapy. Okay. Okay, this Mulder guy is kind of weird. Who's here?
Elodie's record. Patient at the sanatorium.
Hi, game battle. Okay. Under the orders of the mother, she had low mood, tendency towards social withdrawal, and negative thoughts. If I was in this era, मेरे को भी भेज देते तो.
Strange. Elodie's record was easy to find, but there's no sign of anything.
Isn't that the guy who's been like chasing me with the knife?
Something doesn't add up. What am I missing? What was that noise? Sounds like something just came crashing down.
Oh my god! Why are they like this? Okay, archive का कोड मिल गया. यार, this actually, I did not expect this one to be like SE, but it's nice. I'm enjoying the game. मस्त environment किया ये लोग ने. डर लग रहा है. Is the bro just standing there? I don't understand why are they allergic to light. इसकी चाबी नहीं है मेरे पास। एक तो लिफ्ट की आवाज ही इतनी स्कैरी सी है। हाय जी के
The Adventures of Walter Brandon, the intrepid captain of the Stella Maris, braving the treacherous South Seas. What in the devil does this mean?
Bro never existed? I mean, oh, it could be somebody who's taken up. Oh, it could be a personality disorder. Somebody read this book and went, oh my god, why did they have to rotate it and do this? The solar self, remember.
Patient recording, Elodie Fordside, February 3rd, 1922. Daily record number 23. Let us begin. How are you feeling today, Miss Fordside?
I feel well.
Elodie, we have discussed this before. If you do not tell me how you truly feel, we will make no progress.
I feel a little sad, perhaps. I am alone here. I miss my mother and having company. So much time with nothing to do makes me think of things I do not wish to think of.
I see. Listen, Elodie. I believe you are looking at this the wrong way. If, instead of dwelling on what you call dark thoughts, you were to focus on possibilities, your outlook would change entirely. A young, beautiful woman such as yourself should look to the future with excitement.
Asshole.
Think of all the adventures that lie ahead. Your family, your career as a painter. Perhaps even finding a man. A man of good standing. One who could protect you from your demons.
A man?
Tell me, Elodie, is there no man who stirs your heart?
What in God's name do you think you're doing?
Miss Fordside, you may go. We shall continue later.
Very well.
Have you lost your mind? Where is your professionalism?
Do not presume to judge my methods with your oh-so-righteous reading therapy.
Methods? The entire hospital is whispering about you. She is a patient, Dr. Mulder, and she is mentally unwell.
Listen, Ferdinand. Stay out of my affairs, and I shall stay out of yours. Or have you forgotten which one of us is the director of this institution?
Do as you please. But if I ever witness such a scene again, I will not remain silent.
Damn fool.
Kamina doctor. It's so fucked up, right? Like, you send somebody to a doctor because, well, you think they're gonna be fine, whatever, and then doctor only does weird behavior. नाम भी नहीं लिखे ना यहाँ पे किसी के। That was the scariest thing I've had to do, पता है? अंधेरे में कौन जाता है ऐसे? ये क्या आवाज़ थी? हाय टॉमी। मैं खो गई। हाँ ये तो वार्सन वाला रूम है ना। हाँ। Anything I've left out here? Patient B3. ईशांडा कहाँ गया? देख कर आइए अगर खाना बना हुआ है। Apologies, I'm back now. Ah. क्या है इसे ऑफिस का कोड है वंडर Yum.
The Adventures of Walter Brandon, the intrepid captain of the Stella Maris, braving the treacherous South Seas. What in the devil does this mean?
Sorry. There's this one area that I can't remember how to get to. I think I've just forgotten completely. जहाँ पे वो नाइफ लेकर खड़ा था. I never entered this room because ये गिरा था उसके बाद मेरी गांड फट गई थी. But there seems to be nothing here. I'm officially lost. आर्काइव है, स्टाफ रिपोर्ट किधर है भाई? I think यही घूम के गई थी मैं. Archive. Don't like that sound. Creepy. Where'd he go? It's a tiny bit lost. What am I missing? यहाँ से देखा था ना उसको मैंने. हाँ. Think so. But I still do not know. तो सारा दूसरा सब है. What is the purpose of this room? What am I missing? More like, what floor am I missing? Like, क्या नहीं उठाया? मेल रूम में ही जाना पड़ेगा मेरे को. कुछ तो होगा ही वहाँ पे. Let's try. क्या नंबर था उसका? 1365. Huh. Wow.
Stella Maris. That was the name of the ship captained by Walter Brandon. That hospital screen is positioned like the sail of a ship.
This must...
A ship's old helm, tied to the bed, as if it were the quarterdeck of a vessel. This room is the room of a madman. The entire space is arranged as if it were the deck of a ship. Did that man truly come to believe he was a character in an adventure book?
ऐसे क्यों किया? लिफ्ट है मेरे पास. Knew I was missing something. You know what?
A pair of scissors and a comb. Elodie put in real effort to make him fit the mold of her hair on the chair, strands on the floor. This is where the transformation took place.
No. The mystery game. Walking simulator.
She remade patient 1365 in the image of her most secret longings. An alarm clock. Their secret hideaway. Like two reckless teenagers, they started a romance, hidden from the prying eyes of doctors and nurses. For a while, they managed to keep their affair in the shadows, far from the eyes of doctors and nurses. Looks like Elodie found herself a little hideaway to keep practicing her dark craft. Powerful drugs for depression. Anxiolytics. The girl improved, but it seems the doctors were baffled by her mind. Elodie found painting, and with it, a way to spill the shadows that crawled through her mind.
missing? Anything missing here? काफी क्या बोलते हैं वो है ये डिटेक्टिव एथलेटिक सॉरी
This letter. At the very least, it's highly inappropriate. A draft letter. Scratched out and full of corrections.
Oh no.
She goaded him into leaving the sanatorium. That man was... The room has been decorated to resemble some sort of island in the South Seas. Of course, I should have guessed. She pulled him into her world. Elodie created Walter Brandon.
हाय मेरे पता एक दिन मेरे को ऐसे छींक खाते हैं ना डरा देते हैं पूरा ना सडन टर्न हुआ मैं डर गई ऐसा क्यों हुआ ठीक हो गया
Patient number 1365 returns after an absence of 4 months. He's in a state of utter disorientation, perspiration pouring off him, and good heavens, there's a severe wound to the skull. His clothes
Hi,
and
Lego.
hands are covered
All
in
good.
blood, and it doesn't appear to be his own. He cannot recall his name, nor anything that's happened during these past months. Seems to have found his way back here more by some strange instinct than by memory itself. The personality once known as Walter has vanished entirely, as has the entity we refer to as the Shadow, though given his nature, I cannot say with certainty it isn't still lurking beneath the surface. We have treated cases of dissociative identity before, but never one such as this. His appearance, his voice,
doctor's supervision. This institution is no longer equipped to care for him. I am ordering his immediate transfer to St. Dimphna Hospital. Dr. Former, a specialist in matters such as this, will take him under his care. As I near the end of my tenure as director, I must see this case brought to a decisive close. The blood upon his hands, the emptiness in his eyes, all point to an act of the gravest kind. One his mind appears to have erased entirely. God help us, if the shadow should ever wake again.
So it seems Walter came back to the sanatorium of his own accord, though he was utterly incapable of recalling what he'd done. They moved him to St. Dimphna's Hospital. Could he still be there after 20 years? What became of him? I'll have to follow this lead.
वो वाला गेम, हाँ?
That man returned to the new sanatorium, remembering practically nothing. Maybe it was the wound Lady Margaret left him. Or maybe his mind shattered and never came back after what happened that night. As for me, I was hired to find the one who killed Elodie Fordside, and my intuition told me they were still there, in the depths of St. Dimphna. I sensed that the end of the road was waiting for me in that place. Can't very well saunter in through the front door as if nothing's amiss. I'll need to find another way in.
Goli? अरे तूने लेगो को क्यों बैन कर दिया? What the fuck? I mean, I know he deserves it, but like ऐसे थोड़ी करते हैं. Warning तो दिया करो.
It's locked. The night shift nurses are behind this door. I need to find another way into the hallway to the rooms.
Or this is his way of showing love. He just wanted attention from you. तो उसको जवाब एक बात नहीं कर रहा था ना?
John Morley and the case of the red shoes. What the devil does this mean?
Oh my gosh.
That fateful night, I was startled by the noise. Those wretched cries of agony from dear Elodie.
This is like that movie, bhai.
I rushed to her chambers, and there you stood, stained with the blood of the one soul I cherished above all others in this world.
वो Leonardo की
The
कौन सी थी
housekeeper
यार?
had warned me, but I turned a deaf ear. Elodie was finally happy, even amidst your incessant bouts of volatility. Yet, with the passage of time, your demeanour darkened. More and more frequently, that sinister presence lurking within you began to surface, each appearance more violent than the last. Elodie no longer gazed upon you with the starry-eyed affection of a smitten young woman. The atmosphere in this house grew suffocating, fraught with an unbearable tension. That very afternoon I spoke with her. She had resolved to end your engagement. You seemed, or so I dared hope, to have accepted it with grace. But that night, that very night, you ended her life in the most savage manner imaginable. I threw myself upon Elodie, desperate to save her. But alas, it was far too late. Months later, I learned you had returned voluntarily to the sanatorium. I sought answers and immersed myself in understanding the afflictions that plagued you. Dissociative identity disorder, they called it. A condition in which one might host multiple identities, each vying for dominion over the body. But the man confined in that bleak institution was not the shadow, not the fiend who had stolen my daughter. No, he was but the shell, the hapless vessel. And I yearned to find the true culprit, not the facade, the murderer himself. Thus I devised my plan. I came to visit you, and just as Elodie had done, I crafted a new role for you, a new identity to inhabit. I brought books, personal artifacts, penned letters as Penny. I leased an office and prepared every detail meticulously, down to the smallest thread, for your return as John Morley. Everything had to be flawless. And why, you may ask?
I'm good.
To make you remember, to awaken the shadow, to summon forth the murderer from the abyss of your fractured mind. John Morley is a good man. Walter Brandon was a spirited young sailor, brimming with love for Elodie. But the shadow was a merciless, unrepentant killer. I wanted to destroy the murderer who had stolen my daughter. But I could never bring myself to harm an innocent man. My obsession, my singular purpose, was to awaken the shadow.
Damn. Good fucking game, dude. Three people worked on this. What? Like actually worked on this. Made it. बाकी सब तो सारे देखो producer और ये सारे तो है, but like 3 people made this. Bro, this was a very good game, huh? I really liked it. मेरा एक अचीवमेंट कौन सा रह गया बे? Good game, guys. Good game. गर्मी लग रही है. Oof. क्या करूं? इनकी और गेम्स खेलनी पड़ेगी मेरे को. ये लोकी. I can't believe मैं एक अचीवमेंट से रह गई हूँ, पता है? Try to leave without getting dressed. Wow. Wow. मैं आई यहीं रख के बोलो सब. 5 minutes देना. Sorry. बैक। अब क्या करूं मैं? चली जाओ। Wow, look at this guy. Guys, is anyone there? Hi, Kiran. I don't know what to do. Because the game's over. नहीं मजा आ रही यार CS खेलने की सी। Yikes, तो बहुत सैड सीन्स चल रहे हैं मेरे। Guess I'll just go then. है ना? Ouch, 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 ouch. हाँ अब चलती हूँ मैं। I will see you guys. मेरे को नहीं पता मेरा URL क्या है। What the fuck? I need to check one thing by the way. खुला क्यों नहीं? हेलो इसकी DLC आई है ना जो I could play that but I'm not sure if I have a save file for this. And I don't know if I need to finish the entire game. Oh, okay. डायरेक्टली चालू कर सकती हूँ मैं ये. नाइस. कल ये कर देते तो. ठीक है then. I will leave now. I will see you guys tomorrow with Miraj, most likely. I mean, I don't know if I'm streaming tomorrow, actually. शायद थोड़ा late हो सकता है मुझे, because I have to go somewhere. I mean, दोपहर को ही जाना है, but still. A lot of things later will be there, so. Chalo. Bye guys. Good night. Thank you for watching. See ya. Bye.